Hi, my name is Barbara Shore. I'm an animal communicator and non-practicing veterinarian. A couple weeks ago, I got a call from these lovely people, Francie and Bill Parr, and they were having problems with their cat, George, who was peeing in the house. So I'm going to let Francie tell you what happened.
So our Georgie is 13 now, but for the last 9 years, he's been pretty much an outside cat. And because of his peeing problem in our house, he'd pee on our couches, floors, walls. And he began that about 9 years ago, and we did try some other things to get him to stop, and they were unsuccessful. So when I heard about Barbara and her practice of being an animal communicator, I was happy to get a hold of her and ask her if she might be able to help us with this situation. So I'm going to turn it back to her now so she can describe the session with George and us. And so here you go.
Thanks, Francie. So when I tuned into George, there was this angry energy. I felt like he was just pissed off. There had been a cat in the house when he was here as well. Her name was AJ, and she's been gone for 2.5 years, but he was still sensing her energy and smelling her scent, and he felt like it was his job to mark his territory. And she had taken over the whole house, and he didn't like it. So I actually talked to AJ and told her that she was loved, but it was time for her to leave. And we talked to George and told him he was safe, that this was his home, nobody was going to take it from him, and that he needed to stop peeing in the house. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And so that was the primary message. And then I got this sense that George needed to come in from outside, and Francie had the same feeling at the same time. So we brought him in, we put him on the couch, we petted him, sent him loving energy, and again reinforced that idea that he was safe, he was loved, and no peeing in the house. So that was the crux of the session that we did, and I'm going to turn it back to Francie to tell you what happened after that.
So really there was an evident energy shift right from the beginning, and we had George in the house on and off for the next few days, just having him within our reach on a couch or in a chair, and he was completely well behaved. There was absolutely no problem. Within 4 days, he had begun searching around the house, marking his territory appropriately with his nudging from his heads, nudging furniture, and absolutely no problem with peeing. He began using his potty box. He'd asked to go outside appropriately, and within 4.5 days, 5 days, he was fully integrated, and we were trusting him completely. It's now been 2 weeks, and there's no problem. He's fully integrated into our home, and we're very excited about that. Would you like to add something to that, Bill?
I'd be happy to. He's really a different cat. He's much more playful, much more active, much more kittenish than he's been for a long time. So we are very delighted with the change in our guy and that he's in the house.
Thank you. Thank you. And I believe that it was because of Francie and Bill's commitment and positive attitude that this worked as well as it did. To tell the truth, I told them several times that we needed to be patient and careful and not push this too fast or too hard.
Right.
But they really committed and dedicated themselves to making this work, and it did.
It did. Thank you so
Sure
much,
did.
Barb.
You're so
Really
welcome.
appreciate your work.
Thank you.